Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Liberty Libations number 94. My name is Jake Green, joined as usual by Mr. Zane Placie and Mr. Zach Varnell, who's on screen tonight, live from the Great Create. Are you staying at a cabin down there?
No, I'm at a hotel.
You're at a hotel? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like you're staying in a wine cellar.
It does look like you're staying in a wine cellar. What's the nearest hotel? Like, how close is that to the actual site?
I don't know. It's in Columbus. I haven't really looked how far it is, but it might be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something. But
okay.
I mean, the brewery's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So.
I mean, the brewery is legit in the middle of nowhere. Like, even the like state park that a lot of people are staying at isn't that close. It's still at least a 10-minute drive.
Oh, so, you mean the one I'm staying at?
The one I'm staying at too. So yeah, Zane, what are you drinking tonight, man?
Just my rough and ready, a Blue Moon.
There we go. All right, Zach, are you drinking tonight, or are you taking the night off?
There
we go. I'm drinking a Spanish Cabernet in a globe glass because I'm a globalist. That's the only reason I have these cups.
It'd be hard to drink out of a flat earth glass.
It would be extremely difficult to drink out of a flat earth glass. Somebody really needs to make one of those. That'd be hilarious. It would just be on the bottom. It would be a normal glass, but the globe would just be on the bottom.
Yeah.
Cylinder Earth.
Well, y'all, before we get started tonight, our show is brought to you by Rabbit Eye Wine. Hopefully we get a replenishment of wine this trip. Do we know if Will Bell is going to make it to the Great Create? Have we heard yet?
I don't think he's coming. I think Buddy's bringing up some Rabbit Eye wine, but I bet you that's going to get poured. So
no, we're going to get a few bottles and it's going to be great.
I demand payment.
Yeah. Zane deserves payment for running trivia. Yeah, go get yourself a bottle of Rabbit Eye wine if you're in the state of Georgia. If not, order it online. It's really delicious stuff. We've got three bottles left to give away at the Great Create. So we'll figure out exactly how we're going to do that. And yeah, you can put your name in and get some free wine. Let's see, y'all. You can always watch this show over on the Peaceful Sea Network. www.peacefulsea.network. Current live stream is always at the top. All of our shows, movies, what have you, documentaries are down here. Coming soon, we have a whole list of things that are coming soon on the site, as well as the Dollar Media Club, which will allow you to it's basically a subscription service for $1 a month. You get access to all the documentaries, all the movies, any shows or movies that we happen to bring onto the platform. You'll get all those for free, plus bonus episodes, or not for free, included in the $1 a month subscription. Yeah, so go check it out, peacefulsea.network. You can also subscribe on Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever. All the social media platforms. So highly recommend. We'll be launching the Dollar Media Club, I believe, next week. All freaking right. Yeah, Hannah, you're correct. You're correct. Alden couldn't even show his face after last week's fantasy football beatdown. Yeah, in case y'all don't know, Hannah is in my fantasy football league. Dominated Alden Hardee last week. Alden is basically trying to make his house stormproof at this moment. He's digging trenches and putting in sandbags and stuff like that. So I think once he's done with that, he might hop on for a little while. But he says he's exhausted from being out in the rain digging all day, which doesn't seem surprising at all.
Is he in the danger zone? Like, I've heard that the worst of it isn't coming until this tonight, but so far, I mean, it's been raining all day, but it's not like I've been in danger of drowning or anything.
No, I think their new house has a tendency to flood in the past, and so he's just making sure the basement doesn't flood. So that's pretty much it, which I completely understand. Our basement had been flooding for years prior to us owning it. And when we found some soggy spots in the carpet after a rainstorm, we pulled it up and there was mold everywhere. It was disgusting.
See, these are the things that, as a lowly renter, I've never had to learn about or deal with.
That's fair. That's fair. What's up, Grumpy? How you doing, man? All right, y'all. This weekend, starting tomorrow and going through Saturday night, is the Great Create. For those who don't know, this is a DIY festival, Freedom Festival. It's the second year of the festival. It has been put on by the Libertarian Party of Georgia, but everyone is invited. Everyone is welcome. We put on workshops. We have speakers. We have live music. We have food. It's all at a brewery and a winery down in Omaha, Georgia. Zach's already down there. Zach, did you help set up a little bit today?
No. No, Elizabeth set up yesterday. So.
Oh, wow.
They're closed. Yeah, they closed today.
Oh, gotcha.
For the hurricane.
Dude, okay. Is anybody else annoyed by all the ridiculous overreactions to the hurricane?
Yes.
A little bit.
It's rain, y'all. Like, we're not going to get 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds up here. We're just not. Like, every time they say it's going to be a massive storm and we're all going to lose power and it's going to flood everywhere and Atlanta people better watch out. Like, it drizzles for a little bit and then goes away and then it's a bright sunny day. Like, I expect the exact same thing to happen tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah, that's what the forecast looks like down here for the Great Create anyway, is that like 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, it all goes away and it'll be nice out.
That seems about right.
I got an automated phone call from my company's like emergency operations center alerting me to the fact that I was in a hurricane area. It's like, okay, thank you for that information.
When do you think like the idea of like liability took over how like companies and people behave in the world? Just like your phone company, do you think they could be held liable for not telling you you're in a hurricane zone? Like, why would they give you that information?
No, not my phone company, like the company I work for.
Oh, even that. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand all of the. We just live in a time based on fear, man. It's wild. Like, everybody is just trying to stoke fear, both sides of the political spectrum. When it comes to like climate change and all this stuff, everybody's just stoking the fear. Just everybody's fear driven today. It's weird.
Maybe I haven't been watching this is just because I haven't been seeing any of the coverage of it, but I haven't seen anybody yet blame this one on climate change, which
I have.
It's pretty. Oh, you have.
Yeah.
It 100%. If there is a hurricane, it will be blamed on climate change.
Yeah. I was watching the weather and the guy said that they were predicting a category 3, but it might be a category 4 because of climate change.
That's not how that works.
He said because the oceans are warmer.
If it was going to be a category 4 because of climate change, that's just what you would have predicted to begin with.
Yes.
They're 100%. Wrong because climate change threw them off. All right.
It might be category 3, but climate change might get so bad in the next 24 hours, it might push it to be a category 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All these weather people don't know the difference between weather and climate.
That's extremely true. That is extremely true, Zane. I love that. All right, Zach. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the Great Create. Zane, you're driving down tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And the 80 miles an hour wind.
Oof, it's going to be brutal.
Pray for me.
I'm driving down tomorrow too, so I'll be right there next to you. What are you looking forward to most, Zach? Like, is there any like specific workshop or speech that you have like marked on your calendar?
Well, I'm looking forward to mine being over. But then I don't know. I'm looking forward to James Dutton because, I've been keeping up with him, talked to him online, but I haven't met him in person. So that'll be nice. And to hear him, what he's all about and get to meet him. I'm excited to hear about, the other keynote, Will Harris too, because I've been eating his ranch's meat for a while now. So it'd be cool to hear what he has to say. Right there, Mike Maharrey. I'm excited to meet him and hear what he has to talk about. I'm not even sure. I think I recognize his talk on the schedule, but I don't know what he's even going to talk about. He has so many topics he can prepare and speak on. So
seriously,
should be fun.
Heck yeah. No, I'm excited, man. If you don't know anything about gun safety or gun training or firearms, whatever, go to Edgar Mills' workshop. That guy is incredible with firearms and teaching and all that stuff. We've gone. Zane, have you been up to Zane, Zach? Y'all been up to his to Osprey Shooting Solutions up in Rome, right?
I don't believe I have, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he puts on great classes up there. All sorts of different things. He does rifles, pistols. Yeah, it's
he does some crazy stuff too that, like, I know he would tell me to come anyway, but I do not feel qualified for.
Yes.
Like, I think they do like search and rescue with guns and like somebody communications, and like I think they said they had like an old like airplane or a fuselage or something, and they were going to like pretend like they're rescuing people from an airplane. I don't know. Like, I might have got that wrong a little bit, but it sounds intense. And he'll do these things where people go like 3 miles through the woods training how that would be done in a whatever situation.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Like, that'll last in like 2 or 3 days where you have to traverse over big rivers and figure out how to not actually get in the river, like run a line across and climb up a mountain. Man, yeah, he's intense. Like just backcountry survival, search and rescue, all that kind of stuff. Osprey Shooting Solutions, and the other one is Southern Ornithological League. That's the SOL. SOL.
Oh
yeah. The all
never
the
put
training.
that together.
Yep. SOL. Let's see.
There's a schedule now if you want to check that out. It's at there, or if you keep scrolling.
I'll just click on the thing that says schedule and it'll take me there.
This is the slowest website ever, by the way. I'm going to have to redo it completely if we do this again.
It is extremely slow. You're not wrong. All right, y'all. We have multiple different rooms going. We got the brew room, we've got the classroom, we've got the stage, and we've got the tiki room. We also have a marketplace. Assuming it's not raining, the marketplace will be outside. If it is raining, the marketplace will be crammed in with all of the sponsors, and our show will be negatively impacted by that. Let's see. In the brew room, we've got being a healthcare advocate. I believe that is Mr. Brad Binkley. Chicken keeping. I don't know who that is. Is that Kristen?
I'm not gonna be able to. No. Let me bring up the list so I can like put names to faces real quick.
Cool. We've got documentary called God Bless Bitcoin, which I watched at the Bitcoin conference this year. It is a fantastic documentary, extremely chock full of information. It's the kind of thing where it would actually be good. So my family's super conservative, very religious. I cannot get them, at least my parents, to even pay attention a little bit to Bitcoin. But we're going to sit them down and have them watch this movie because it takes it on from a religious bent, and it's fantastic. And I think my dad will actually finally respond to Bitcoin.
Nice.
That's really interesting because I've heard the name be thrown around before, God bless Bitcoin, but I thought it was just being used as a generic phrase, for Bitcoin being awesome. But you've really piqued my interest in it now.
Yeah.
Because
Chickens is
from a theological perspective.
Seth Chadwick is Chickens.
Yeah,
okay, nice.
He's a really cool guy too. I met him last year. He did like a composting class, and he's just so friendly, so cool, very knowledgeable.
I'm excited about that one for sure. Zane, what were you saying about God Bless Bitcoin? Are you actually going to sit down and watch it now?
Oh yeah, because Bitcoin from a theological perspective, I could have never imagined you could do such a thing, but now I'm very interested.
I didn't either, man. I thought the same as you, that it was a generic title. And then when I sat down and started watching it, like, it opens with a quote from the Bible. And I was like, that is extremely interesting.
Do you happen to know what the quote is? What the verse is?
Man, they quoted the Bible like 30 times in that movie, different verses. It was wild. Just saying, like, debasing the money. And I don't know. There are so many quotes. It's hard to remember them all. Who's doing communication solutions? Zach?
That's me.
That's you. All right. Yeah. And then, the keynote for Friday is asserting your rights. It's James Dutton. We had him on our Free Georgia podcast a few months ago. That dude is awesome. He is really into curtailing government surveillance, government spying, especially within his county. And so he's all about asserting your God-given human natural rights.
He's on the board of Banish Big Brother.
In the classroom, we've got Linux Lifeboat and FOSS, F-O-S-S. I know nothing about programming or
free
Linux.
and open source software. So that's Ethan Lee and Alex Moldenhauer.
Okay, nice. Alex Moldenhauer is our treasurer of LP Georgia. I'm interested in that one as well, just because I would like to have some knowledge on Linux. I think it would be good to be able to build your own stuff and avoid getting, government spying software like Alexas and all that kind of stuff. Situational awareness is Edgar Mills. We got the Freedom Think Tank. Who's that?
I think maybe Brian's leading that, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
It's more of just a group discussion, but somebody's leading.
What is pranayama breathing practice?
I don't know, but
sounds like a yoga thing.
Where's the I forget. I don't know who's doing the yoga. I know it's on here, but
and then buying homestead property. I love the sound of that. Who's that about? Or who's that?
I think that's Will Chambliss and Hunter Ward.
Nice. Okay. I mean, that's a great first day.
And yoga is Christopher Wilkes or Wilkes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. And then on the stage, playing some music from 3 to 7, we got Chad Steed, and from 7 to 10, we got the Hickory Roots. We got a fireside dinner service in the Tiki Room at 7 o'clock. In the marketplace from 12 to 5 with the fireside cooking demonstration, assuming that it doesn't downpour tomorrow.
Yeah. She'll do it even if it's raining. Just she can't do it in a hurricane.
Yeah, that's fair. And then on Saturday, we've got who's doing unconventional networks. Is that a Linux thing?
I'm not even sure what that is. I think that might be Edgar, but
okay.
Don't quote me. But I'm not
Hannah,
sure.
Hannah wants to know what else goes down in the Tiki Room. Well, there's the vendor marketplace. It's where all the sponsors are going to be, I believe, in the Tiki Room, right?
I think she just wants to hear that we're drinking out of coconuts and wearing grass skirts.
Okay, then we're doing that. We're doing exactly that, Hannah. Exactly what you'd expect. Second up in the brew room on Saturday is herbalism and wildcrafting. Who's that?
I'm guessing that's Natalie Downey.
Okay. Natalie Downey. And then we've got Elizabeth Melton's documentary Smart coming to a city near you from 3 to 5. Highly recommend checking that out. Mushroom foraging and cultivation.
Adam Carroll.
Yep. And then the keynote on Saturday is Will Harris on regenerative ranching. Y'all, if you have not had White Oak Pastures meat, it's phenomenal. Go pick yourself some up. I think you can order straight from their ranch. You can also get some of it from Whole Foods. I'm not sure where
they
else.
have it at Kroger.
They have it at Kroger. So,
it's just ground beef, but it's good. You can definitely tell a difference between that and the store-bought slop too.
Hannah thinks there's a white nationalist meeting in the Tiki Room. We got racism going on. Yep, for sure. That's great.
Stop. You're tanking our SEO.
Yeah, he sells. I know the White Oaks Pasture sells beef liver in Whole Foods, and it's great. Let's see. In the classroom, we've got homeschool co-ops. I believe that would be what's her face?
Suzanne Shepherd.
Yes. And then wealth preservation and inflation. Who is that?
That's probably Mike Meharry, if I had to guess.
Okay. Gotcha. And this one I should be Shane Hazel, but I know he's not going to be there. The endocannabinoid system. Who's speaking with that one?
It's Benjamin and Jennifer Garland.
Oh yeah, the Garlands. They came on the Free Georgia podcast as well. Community gardens from 4 to 5. Who's doing community gardens?
I'm not sure about that one.
Okay. Then Linux self-hosting rounds out from 5 to 6 in the classroom. Then we've got Trey Guthrie and Dirt Road Republic from 3 to 7 on the stage, and Miguel Juarez from 7 to 10, along with the barbecue dinner service in the Tiki Room, where we'll have the pointy white hats and the white nationalism gathering. Yeah, I think it's a bring your own BYOTT, right? Bring your own Tiki torch.
Yeah.
And at some point during this whole thing, so on Friday, we're going to be doing a live, libations somewhere in this area right here.
You might also say a libations.
A libations. That's pretty good. We'll be doing a libations. It'll be in, I guess it'll be in the Tiki Room. I don't remember really what the Tiki Room is. Is that the one with the little bar in there?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll be doing it in the Tiki Room. We'll be interviewing some folks, talking about what they're there to promote, what they're there to do a workshop on. It'll be a few hours long.
Well, that's another thing for the Great Create that I'm excited about is all the stuff that's not on the schedule. Like, our podcast, Binkley will be there doing like man on the street interviews. Fake Trump will be there, and they've talked about doing like a fake Trump press conference. There'll be a guy doing a drum circle. It's like literally, if you want to do something, you can just show up and do it.
Drum circle guy bailed.
Darn it. Well, somebody can show up and do a drum circle, but
yeah,
it could be you.
It could be you.
But you can show up and do whatever you want. Like if you're not like for the Great Create, typically if you talk to us early, you get on the schedule. If you just want to do something impromptu, you don't even have to. Or if you want to do something last minute, show up and make it work. That's the spirit of it.
Yeah, man. I'm super stoked. Last year, I was insanely busy running a room by myself, which was a film festival room. I only booked 2 documentaries this year so that I could actually enjoy the festival and do some libation stuff and hang out with everybody. So I'm excited about that. I'm thinking earlier in the day is when we'll be doing the libations. So I'm thinking probably from like 12:30 to 3 will be a libations episode, bonus episode tomorrow, just so we're not doing a live show while there's somebody on the stage playing music. So if you're around tomorrow and you've got spare time, we will be going live somewhere around 1 p.m. Eastern, so noon Central. It'll be right around there. It will not be scheduled. It will be all of a sudden we're live. There's no scheduling at this moment. I barely know where we're going to set up in the venue. So make sure to turn those notifications on. I believe you can do that on YouTube and Twitter. I'm not sure you can do that on Rumble yet. Can you do private notifications on Rumble at this point?
Rumble notifies me about like everything. Every time somebody goes live, it tells me.
Oh,
so beautiful. If you have the app, you're probably good.
Okay. Well, yeah, download the freaking Rumble app and get on it.
Hit the bells. And then Twitter has a thing now where it's like, just notify me when this person goes live. So you don't have to see every one of their idiotic thoughts. But
what is up with Twitter giving me notifications in my notifications tab of things that I never asked it to notify me of? It tells me when some random person tweets something. I'm like, I thought something was important in my notifications, but you just told me that this random person said something I don't care about. So
Yeah, it's always the worst people too. It's like cat turd said this. I'm like, I purposefully don't look at that.
yeah, I had to unfollow a bunch of people this week just so that dude, has anybody else been getting an insane amount of like lefty material on their For You page?
I never look at the For You page. I just look at the same 2 or 3 accounts that I always look at and then leave as soon as possible.
Zane just raw dogs Twitter. He doesn't look at anything.
That's fair. Okay. Hannah says she blocked cat turd. Insufferable person. You are not wrong, Hannah. I have not blocked cat turd yet. Fortunately, I don't get notified, and he doesn't show up in my feed all the time, so that's probably why. But Zane, what do you, aside from running trivia live and being on a live show on Friday and Saturday, what are you looking forward to about The Great Create?
Definitely whichever of these people are going to give me food.
You sound like a college student right now.
I still have a very college mentality when it comes to that. Like me and another guy I work with are just constantly walking around the office to see if anybody had a catered meeting, and then we'll go and take all the leftovers.
That's hilarious. Hannah says, I also still have not updated to X, so my app sucks and glitches all the time.
Wow.
Still has the Twitter icon. That is hilarious.
Let me know if you still have MySpace. I want to check that out too.
Are we in your top 8?
No.
Well, you would have been born to be in my top 8.
Yeah.
Or maybe born. You'd have been a top.
The only reason why I know what top 8 even means is from White and Nerdy by Weird Al.
That's so good. Okay, Zane, aside from getting fed by strangers, are you going to go to any of these workshops or speeches?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I love mushrooms.
You do?
They're
they're freaking delicious.
They're very mushroomy. Very good to consume.
Yeah.
I probably won't actually try to grow them myself because it's probably a lot of work, but it'll be interesting to learn about them.
You can hunt them.
It's the least amount of work.
Hunt mushrooms.
Yeah,
we go on mushroom hunt.
Don't you need pigs for that or something, or is that truffles?
That's truffles. Yeah. No, with mushrooms, dude, if you just inoculate like a little oak log about this big, you'll get shiitake mushrooms for 3+ years. And
take mushrooms.
Take mushrooms, man. 3+. It's the easiest thing. You, especially in Georgia, you just leave that log outside. You'll always have mushrooms. It's amazing. We've got like 20 logs outside inoculated with shiitake mycelia.
I bet we'll have some good ones after this hurricane because it's cooler and really wet. So I'll come home and hunt a bunch of chanterelles.
Ooh, is it chanterelle season?
Probably not, but they also pop up at random times on my property. And then we do have cinnabar chanterelles almost like all the time, at least in the summer.
What the frick are cinnabar? What?
They're like a deeper orange and they're tiny, but there's a lot of them. So
interesting. That's cool. All right. Well, y'all, seriously, if you are in Georgia, please know that the weather is not as terrible as people are making it out to be. It is not that bad to drive down to Omaha, Georgia, for the weekend. Fake news. Let's see. Something I cannot read says I grew B+ and gold top.
Okay, so whoever that is, if you rotate it 180 degrees, it seems like it's a word that would be pronounced as nudist.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you?
I had to take a picture of it to read that.
Nice. Those are good mushrooms. I'm a huge fan of growing mushrooms. We're growing a lion's mane in our house right now. We've harvested it. All you do is spray it with water every day, and you're good to go. Seriously, it's the easiest grow ever. is mushrooms. It's so much easier than trying to plant like tomatoes. Yeah, can't recommend it enough. And they're freaking delicious, especially when you grew them. It's amazing.
Well, Zane's acting like, this isn't for him, but there's going to be plenty of nerdy libertarian stuff and economic stuff. Mike Maharrey's
How dare you say
there.
that?
Yeah.
I'm a nerd too. It's not an insult. It's from me anyway. Maybe from...
No, I just told you how much I want to learn about mushrooms.
Okay. All right, I did not find that genuine.
All right. Well, y'all, it's $42 for the whole weekend. You get to go to like 10 to 12 workshops, learn an incredible amount of new skills, some more self-sufficiency things, some DIY things. You'll have a good time. It's going to be great music. We're going to be there. It's going to be fantastic. I mean, it's at a brewery and a winery, like
hanging out with a bunch of libertarians and anarchists at a brewery in the middle of nowhere for 2 days. So
yeah, that sounds like a freaking fantastic time. I wish I could have gone down tonight. Had I known that Alden wasn't going to make it, I would have come down tonight. Yeah, but he was supposed to be here with me, sitting right there.
He should be digging in your yard.
He should be digging in my yard. That's absolutely right.
And by the way, people can show up at the door, just, pay $42 cash or make a donation at the door, whatever. Even if you don't have a ticket, you get a wild hair and you want to come, please do. Starts tomorrow at noon.
Bitcoin.
Bring some Bitcoin.
We could do Bitcoin. I don't have we'll figure it out. I didn't set something up this year, but
that's easy. That takes you can do that in 2 seconds. That's no problem. All right. Let's go on to our first real topic of the night, which is Mark Zuckerberg.
What happened to his face?
Who knows? Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg hires Republican strategists to fix his PR with conservatives after years of censorship. Zuckerberg reportedly now identifies as libertarian. There is an article that talks about this. It's from Breitbart, so take that with a grain of salt. Tech tyrant makeover. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg now identifies as libertarian, and I guess he wore those glasses at some point in time. He now identifies as a libertarian that feels a sense of hostility to government regulation, as well as skepticism of initiatives that claim to advance so-called social justice. More libertarian or in line with classical liberalism, a position considered fiscally conservative but socially liberal, my God, and regrets hiring employees who tried to push him further left via philanthropy. I don't know. There's been a whole thing, like Zuck seems to be, at least, if not changing, at least saying things that would kind of imply that he might actually be changing a little bit. I don't know. The first thing Zane said when I told him this story off air was he's a liar. So Zane, why do you think, do you think that him calling himself a libertarian, which I guess is more classical liberalism, in his view, do you think that is an outright lie, or do you think he might actually be trying to be more libertarian?
Well, you never want to make fun of somebody for moving in the correct direction. So I'm sure that whatever he's saying he is now is better than whatever he was. I think it's
worse.
Sometimes it can be fashionable for people to say that they're libertarian when they don't really know anything about libertarian philosophy and just are using it to be like cool and different. And I think that people like us that actually know what libertarianism is would get annoyed by that. Because
Grumpy said Zuck got the latest software update. Keep going, Zane.
Because if the average person thinks that Mark Zuckerberg is a good representation of what a libertarian is, that's obviously not true.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's not the most helpful thing from that perspective. But again, if maybe he had like a a tiny bit of awakening after years of all this COVID stuff, where he did admit that the government was trying to strong arm him into doing even more censorship than he would have done on his own. Maybe they finally annoyed him with all the other regulations that they've got up their sleeve. It is possible that he is like at least moving in the direction of classical liberalism. So you'd hate to, say that that's bad.
Yeah.
Because probably at least a marginal improvement. But I'm not going to say, oh yeah, let's all hop on board the Zuck train.
Agreed.
Because of this.
Agreed. I've been reading a bunch of comments and posts and stuff from folks today and yesterday, and there's far too, like, you're right. Like it's bad to bash somebody who might be starting out trying to go the right direction, even if they're somebody who did some pretty terrible things in the past. Like, it's better for them to join the correct side than it is for us to beat them over the head for switching sides or changing their mind or not believing them. How about give them the benefit of the doubt for a little while and see where it goes, and don't have a knee-jerk reaction of like, he's a liar, he's an idiot, there's no way, he needs to pay for what he did, like all these things. How about we just let it play out and see what happens? Because I personally, I don't think this is the weirdest time for him to come out as libertarian, in my opinion. During a presidential election, I don't really understand the benefit to him personally or his companies by doing this.
No, the weirdest time would have been in 2021 and 2022 at the height of COVID and DE&I mania. That would have been coming out and saying this at a time when it actually could have cost him personally. Now that it's kind of recognized by everybody after the Twitter files that, oh, actually the government was telling the social media companies to censor people. And now that companies have started laying off, their vice presidents of diversity, equity, and inclusion, I think that it's probably a safer time for him to be coming out and saying this. And if he really does feel like he's got to get all the boomer grandmas back on Twitter and they don't like him because of all this. Because in that original headline, you said that it was a Republican PR firm that was advising him of this.
So, yeah, people have been, in fact, I think even Grumpy in the comments misconstrues this. Don't ask a Republican advice about libertarian principles. I agree. That's not what he's doing. That's not what he said. That's not what it said he was doing. It said, let me go back to it. I'll pull it up for everybody to see. Zuckerberg hires Republican strategists to fix his PR with conservatives after years of censorship. Nowhere in that sentence does it say he's trying to hire a Republican strategist to fix his PR problems with libertarians or to correct his ideology. He's trying to fix his relationship with half the country that he pissed off, that has nothing to do with libertarianism and his stance on libertarianism.
Maybe people are suspicious that the libertarian is a PR move.
See, I'm okay with that. You can be suspicious, but let's not don't confuse the language here. Like, they said something specific. Don't combine the two sentences into one thing, because that is it's more realistic that since he pissed off every single Republican pretty much who was on Facebook or Instagram over the past 4 years, it would make sense that he would hire a PR firm with a Republican strategist to help repair that relationship and maybe regain some trust from that side of the aisle. So that's not inconceivable, and it isn't in opposition to him maybe having more libertarian views at this point in time. Those things aren't opposing things, if that's what he's actually doing. But again, I think it's a wait and see thing. I think too many people are jumping all over it in a very negative way, which makes sense. I understand why. I wish people would just give him a little bit more time, though. I do very much approve of this. How do you do, fellow libertarians? libertarians. One of the best use of that meme.
Well, there are people who explicitly say that Facebook was created by the feds. I think Whitney Webb might be one of them.
I think I might be one of them too, man. It is insanely coincidental that they're programmed to spy on everybody, shut down, and the next day Facebook started.
Yeah, that's like total information awareness or something like that. They just ended it, and the very next day Facebook launched. It's like, did it really end, or did it just go into production?
Yes.
I think I'd be okay with that because it would mean that all of these FBI agents for the past decade have been looking at nothing but Minion memes.
Minion memes and like 60-year-olds trying to tweet out pictures of their grandchildren or post pictures of their grandchildren. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say give Zuck some time, man. He's on a weird path. It's been weird watching him like go from thing to thing to thing, and like now he's like training MMA, and it's wild. Like I don't really understand that dude's brain. He's definitely some type of lizard person, but I don't know what kind of lizard person he is at this point in time. Grumpy says the storm alarms are going off here, the tornado warnings. Interesting. Should we have just a live tracker in the corner of is that even doable, of just the radar?
We need someone to stand out in the wind and the rain with a microphone.
That would be so much fun. Let's see here. There's your live tracker of the Atlanta area.
Oh, that's a lot of green.
It's actually future.
Yeah, it's coming back. It'll come back. There we go. That's now.
It's live for like 1 second. Back.
So let's see. Where is this storm at? There's the hurricane. It's going to touch down. The eye of it will be near Tallahassee by like 11 p.m. Yeah, we're going to get a lot more rain tonight, but then it's just going to go right by, and it's going to be nice and sunny. I'm telling you, it's going to be nice and sunny tomorrow in Omaha, Georgia, and it's going to be delightful. I can't wait. I'm excited.
And if it's not, you're entitled to financial compensation from Jake.
Grumpy says, show Savannah. We're looking at Savannah, Grumpy. It was on there. So demanding, Grumpy. There you go. I don't see any. Does it show tornadoes? Can those even pop up on a radar map? I don't know, but there's not a lot happening in Savannah right now. Oh, okay. I guess the storms are hitting it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There you go, Grumpy. There's Savannah. Okay. Third story of the night is a pretty depressing one. Hang on. Let me pull it up. Zach is not the producer tonight. I am, and I should have pulled all this crap up beforehand. All right. Telegram, the app based around privacy, agrees to share user data with authorities for criminal investigations. And the title of tonight's episode, or the thumbnail, is basically Telegram dies. I mean, this is the death of Telegram. People are not going to be using this anymore. Anybody who got into this app for the privacy reasons, if you're not bailing on it at this point, I don't understand what you're doing, because all they have to do is accuse you of doing something criminal, and then they have to turn over the data for a criminal investigation. All of this, mind you, stemmed from the fact that the creator of Telegram was in France and got arrested in France because their privacy policy goes against French law. And so now he was in jail. I'm pretty sure he's out on bail right now, but he got arrested in France. There he is. He says, we've made it clear that the IP addresses and phone numbers of those who violate our rules can be disclosed to relevant authorities in response to valid legal requests, Telegram CEO Pavel Durov said in a post. I don't know. Zach, you're the guy who runs the show Banished Big Brother. Have y'all covered this yet? Do you have any opinions on this?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. Not this one necessarily, but even right after he got arrested, they started making changes. They were discontinuing features that they thought were abused too much, and now this. And it is ironic too that he was a Russian citizen who renounced his citizenship and became a French citizen voluntarily,
Yeah.
and now they're arresting him when in Russia. Well, actually, they didn't like him either, so I don't know where he would have been okay. But I don't know. Like it's there's a lot to it because like legal where, like, is it going to be? What if it's illegal in like Turkey or Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
You still had to give it over. So it seems like it should be more explicit than that. And if it were just like, all right, we're going to like give the IPs of anyone who has like child sex abuse material, I'd be like, all right, whatever. But when you just say illegal and you don't really specify, and this thing's being used all over the world, I don't know, that opens the can of worms for a lot of different things because any government can just declare anything illegal and then demand whatever user's data. And if they're anonymous, how do you even prove that they're a citizen of that country before you demand the data?
Dude, there's so many problems with this. One of the quotes from the article is, if Telegram receives a valid order from the relevant judicial authorities that confirms you're a suspect in a case involving criminal activities that violate the Telegram terms of service, we will perform a legal analysis of the request and may disclose your IP address and phone number to the relevant authorities. It's just like you're always going to get this argument, you know, when you're talking about stuff like this. If you're not doing anything wrong, they're not going to come after you, which me and Zach talked about a couple weeks ago. And that statement, people will 100% make that argument against. It's ridiculous that we can't have a form, like you and I can go into a room and communicate completely privately. No audio, like no recording device, nothing in there. There has to be a place to be able to do that online. Like, it's crazy how much they want to patrol and monitor and control what we talk to each other about over the internet. It's wild. It's crazy that people are this obsessed with it, and it's honestly infuriating that we keep losing a little bit more privacy like every single time something like this happens. I don't know.
Just the fact that they arrested him is insane too, because crimes are committed through every communication form. Like, people buy drugs from their drug dealer over text. You don't go arrest the CEO of AT&T.
Yeah.
But the difference is that guy will play ball, and AT&T will open a NSA fusion center with them so that they can spy on everything. And they do that. There's one in Atlanta. There's one in New York City, where it's like literally it's routed. Everything's routed through the NSA basically before it goes out. And you don't do that, like Pavel or I don't know how to say his name.
I think it's Pavel.
Then you get arrested.
Yep. It's insane, man. Yeah, it's infuriating. I don't understand it.
I mean, I wish I could even bring myself to be infuriated about this, but it just seems like the classic case of a guy selling out because he'd rather sell out than be in prison. And I can't even be mad about that. If I were Pavel Durov, I'd probably do the exact same thing.
I would 100% do the exact same thing. It's just infuriating that it has to happen.
And I'm sure that there will be other like apps that come in and take this place that are fueled by people that care about privacy, because I would hazard a guess that most of the people that are on Telegram are there because they care about privacy. So now that Telegram is taking away all the features that its entire customer base wants, like if you don't care about privacy, you're just going to be regularly texting people or using some other more convenient app. You're only on Telegram because you sought it out. And now that Telegram's not doing what it promised that it would, they're going to seek out something else.
Yep. I mean, it is the end of the app. Like, they're not going to grow anymore. They're just going to shrink. They might maintain a certain number of users, but people aren't going to seek out Telegram in order to communicate privately and encryptedly. He'll just have to go invent some other company if he wants to have another successful company, because Telegram ain't going to be it anymore. Signal's still good, right? Signal still has encryption and hasn't sold out entirely.
Okay, the new president or CEO of Signal sketches me out, and I don't like her. But the nice thing about Signal is it's open source. Yeah. So you can go and look at the code and be like, all right, there's no back doors in here. And of course, maybe like we can't actually do that, but there are people who do it. Right. You know, I know that coming from the cybersecurity and pen testing field, where I've worked with people who what they do for fun is stay up at night and look for vulnerabilities and stuff. And I know that's happening. So that makes me feel a little better.
Nice. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I mean, there were some shady things around Signal, like one of the guys who was helping Signal get their own blockchain currency off the ground was murdered in the streets of San Francisco. So that was a strange one. But yeah, at this point, from what I can tell, Signal is still okay in that regard. The crazy thing is, from what I understand, if y'all heard, I'm sure y'all heard of Pegasus, this malware that infects your phone and your computer and all this crap. If like the government has your number, they can infect your phone with Pegasus, which basically just allows them to see everything that happens on the screen. So it doesn't really matter if you have an encrypted messaging app, they can just see what you're typing anyway. So there are still ways around it, as there are almost anything. Hey, look who's popping in, Mr. Alden Hardee.
What's up, guys?
We got to do it right. Now it's Jazz Club.
There we go. Jazz Club is happening, y'all. We got jazz. Alden,
working hard or hardly working,
or Hardee working.
I am tired. I cut like 30 yards of trench in my yard and fixed my entire length of fence. Like, I'm so tired, dude.
And you went through puberty, I guess.
I did, yeah. My voice is cracking. Like,
you were just out there yelling at the hurricane.
Yeah, I honestly lost my voice out there saying, God damn it. Dude, it was a pain in my ass. My garage floods if I, like just a normal storm here. And it's been raining all day. I had to fill my own sandbags and with trash bags and block it up. It's not fun.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot, man.
I'm not looking forward to tomorrow.
No. I take it you're not coming to the Great Create.
I don't think I can, because Haley is in Hawaii and she is supposed to be. We were cutting it close before. She's supposed to be flying in, but if she ends up, her airline warned her that she might have to get dropped off at the nearest city that's available. So if she ends up I might have to go chase her down in Nashville or Charlotte, or I have no idea. So
just make your girlfriend stranded, man. Just leave her to fend for herself.
Just a $600 cab ride. That's fine.
Yeah, that's how all good boyfriends do it.
Yeah.
I'm
not a good boyfriend, I guess.
Okay, well then I guess you got to go pick her up then. Whatever.
Oh man, it's opposite day. Anyway, what are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about how Telegram just ended their own life. They have agreed to give over data, IP address, and phone number to authorities in the event of a criminal investigation.
Got to delete all my texts.
Yeah, well, it's Telegram. It's not Signal, so you don't have Telegram.
I have one. Actually, I used it back in the day to talk to one like international friend. That was
you're an international drug dealer.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. The gun smuggler that you were friends with.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so you did have Signal. I never tested out Telegram before. Never downloaded it or anything, so I don't know much about it. But I chose Signal, and I'm glad I did, because now
I guess
Telegram is dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One more to just sell their souls and join the.
Well, the issue was the CEO, the founder of it, got arrested in France because their privacy policy violates French law.
Oh,
And so in order to get out, he struck this deal.
what?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep.
I hope
Oh,
he
dude.
just flees the country and undoes everything.
Undoes it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Undoes. It really took me that long to think of undoes. I was like, I don't know what the actual word is.
I think it's undued. You're being very undued.
Yeah, undoed it. Yeah, that sounds better to me. I hope he does the same thing. Go get another citizenship, go to another country, and then delete.
Well, he's apparently
everything.
a citizen of the UAE, but that really sounds like a sucky place to live.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Way too many restrictions in that place. That place.
No, I've actually heard it's pretty good. Like, they don't enforce any of their restrictions on Westerners, only if you're actually a Muslim. So, like, if you're not a Muslim, you can drink and, like, wear regular clothes and stuff.
Man, I've heard some very negative things about being in the UAE if you're a foreigner. I wouldn't trust it. Like, I'd go there to visit for a week, but I wouldn't stay longer than that.
I think it's like a branding thing. They tell you that, they put that out there. They like leak it out so that they get tourists to come and then trick them.
Well, it also depends on what kind of foreigner you are. Like, I wouldn't want to be an Indonesian immigrant there on a work visa because that probably wouldn't end well. But if you're a European or American tourist, I think you'll be okay.
That's fair. Yeah, you're probably right. So yeah, I mean, Alden, tonight's gonna be a shorter show. We're gonna do trivia here in a minute, and then
I wasn't sure if I missed it or not here.
You did not miss it, man. Thank God, because it was just gonna be me versus Zach, which would have been the most boring trivia of all time. So I think it's that time. Unless anybody else has something to say about
we can just curse hurricanes for a little longer.
We could do that in the waxing philosophical. Let's do that. All right. Let me go down here. There you go, Zane. I'll remove that. We'll add that to stage and take that off. All right, everybody. Welcome to Libations Trivia. There we go. I got to be ahead of Alden. I can't be over there. I can't be in the middle. Zane, take it away, brother.
I love this new format. Everybody's in their own nice little box here.
Heck yeah.
All right. We are using the typical format here where round 1 is 8 questions of 1 point each. Round 2, 6 questions, 2 points each. Round 3, 4 questions, 3 points each.
Nice.
Tonight's round 1 will be themed around the various presenters that the Great create tomorrow and Saturday. Round 2 is all about assassination attempts. And round 3, in order of some hapless astronauts that are currently stuck on the International Space Station for the next 6 months, the category is Lost in Space.
Nice. I love it. Whose Discord is beeping in my ear every 2 seconds? I think that's Zach's.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's Zach's. I don't think
I'm not
Zane.
hearing it through my headphones.
I'll hearing
quit Discord just in case.
Yeah, no,
it'd be weird to just come through the stream and not my headphones. But.
It was definitely you. I guess it technically could be me. I'll quit mine as well, just to make sure. All right, Zane, go for it, buddy.
All right, round 1. Question 1. Mycology is the study of what? Jake.
Mushrooms.
Yes.
Yep. That is in honor of Alan Carroll, or owner of a fungi farm and mushroom expert.
Yes, he is.
A funky farm?
Funky farm. Based in Alabama, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question 2. What open source operating system was released by Alden?
Linux.
That is Linux.
Nice.
Mushrooms.
Linux mushrooms. Alex Moldenhauer and Ethan Lee will be presenting tomorrow about Linux.
Can we hear the whole question?
No.
I wanted to hear about. Was it about Linus Torvalds?
It was about Linus Torvalds.
Nice.
Nice.
Question 3. Where on this diagram is the brisket located? Alden.
A.
Yep.
Yep. Good
And
job.
That is, of course, for our keynote speaker, Will Harris.
Heck yeah.
Where is the brisket located on a mushroom?
I think he'll be looking for it for a while. Question 4. The traditional bluegrass quintet has one instrument in common with the string quartet, that being the violin, aka the fiddle. Okay, Alden.
I was going to say the violin, but never mind.
Name 3 of the other 4 instruments of a bluegrass quintet.
Oh.
Zach.
Mandolin, guitar, and bass.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Good job.
Oh, I was going to say banjo. No one said banjo.
Well, I only
I just
asked for
named
3
what's
out
in
of
their
4.
band. Yeah.
Hickory Roots. They're great. They're such a fun band.
Question 5. What do the letters AR stand for in the names AR-10, Alden?
Assault rifle?
No, you are an idiot.
Perfect.
Zach.
Armalite rifle.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of the very low IQ gun grabbers are like, AR-15, it has assault rifle in the name, but it actually doesn't.
Oh, I just heard Discord again. It wasn't Zach. And it wasn't
Is it
me.
you?
No, I turned mine off too.
Oh.
I guess it could be me, but I have mine closed.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure
AK stands for automatic killer, by the way.
All right. Question 6. This is a number question.
Nice.
Because I know how much you all love those.
I love number questions. I get a shot.
In what year was the 10th Amendment to the Constitution ratified? Zach.
1779.
Okay, Jake.
1791.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Heck yeah.
Very nice.
Woo!
That's for
I didn't even get
Mike
a chance
Meharry.
to try. I was going to say 2005, so I'm kidding. Might as well.
All right, question 7. Sorry for the audio listeners, but there's no audio component to this question. You guys will all realize this when I go to the next screen.
Right. Okay. Beats.
Zach.
Jake loses a point. Beats. I had dirty beats.
F me, man. That's ridiculous. I'm so stupid.
I don't get it.
It's an Office quote. It's Dwight Schrute. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. It's actually Jim imitating Dwight.
Beets?
So that's who's
Like
doing
the
community
vegetable
gardens.
beets?
Yeah, like the vegetable beets. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Dwight's obsessed with bears. He farms beets, and he's obsessed with Battlestar Galactica. And
Oh, these are the 3, like the trifecta of his like hobbies or whatever.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Jim's
Okay.
just imitating him for a second, and he does that. He's got the whole garb and everything. It's great.
Okay, gotcha.
And Abika is probably who's doing the community garden talk that I couldn't remember earlier.
That's probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Question 8. The yoga pose pictured here is named after what flower? Zach.
Lotus.
Got it.
Gummit.
All right. So
I
at the
legit don't
conclusion,
even know. Maybe Zach was first, honestly, because I think me and Jake tied was all I saw. But
Zach was first, and you. And
okay,
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We failed.
yeah, we both failed equally miserably. Yeah.
Oh.
At the end of round 1, I've got Zach with 4, Jake and Alden both with 2.
But I'm an
Okay.
idiot.
I can live with that. I'm still in the hunt. I can definitely live with Alden being an idiot.
I guess I'll have to.
We are living with it.
Yeah, we all are. Yeah. I'm a tired idiot tonight.
Oh.
Round 2, assassination attempts. Question 1. What president was the first known to be subject to an assassination attempt? Both of the perpetrators, Zach.
All right, go ahead. I pass.
I like that raising the hand to forfeit.
Both of the perpetrators' pistols misfired, and the president proceeded to beat him with a cane.
Oh, I know this one.
It's probably Trump.
Zach.
John Adams.
No.
Darn it.
Jake.
Andrew Jackson.
Yep.
Hmm,
Oh.
yeah. That is the most Andrew Jackson thing ever.
That is. Yeah.
That's brutal.
Criminals need to learn to take care of their guns better.
Or have a second one.
They did.
They did.
All
Both
of
of
them
them, Dan.
Both failed? I
Yeah.
thought you meant both of each person's one gun failed.
Yeah, no, I think that's what happened. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
No,
Each
it
person
was
should
one
have-
perpetrator, 2 guns. Both misfired.
Oh.
Okay.
He was dual wielding.
His skill
Question-
tree wasn't high enough.
Gotta work on the
No,
skill tree.
He crit fail. All right, question 2. The night that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated while watching Our American Cousin, one of John Wilkes Booth's co-conspirators attempted to assassinate what man? Lincoln's Secretary of State. Zach.
Well, I was gonna say Kennedy, but then I remember that's not his secretary. That was like his secretary. So
Yeah, that was
I hung up on that word.
secretary.
That's what I was going to say, too. Secretary of State. Alden. Alden, I'm calling on
I'll
you.
just wait, yeah.
Zane, Alden raised his hand.
Alden.
I put my hand down because I was just going to make a joke anyway, and there's too much attention on it. Donald Rumsfeld.
No.
Give us a hint, Zane. Is there a hint involved in this one?
His most famous accomplishment is probably the fact that he negotiated America's purchase of Alaska. And if you will sometimes hear Alaska referred to as this man's icebox.
Oh, interesting. I like that hint. I don't know it, but I like it. I don't know. Audience, y'all got any thoughts? The audience hasn't guessed one single answer yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think Hannah had to take her baby to bed, so
Yeah.
I don't think she's back in the comments, but I know Grumpy's still there. And a few other folks are there.
Should have drowned her baby in a tub.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
It was too noisy, man.
Grumpy might have got blown away
This
already.
is William Seward.
I don't think
They were
I knew that.
broken.
It was Joe Rogan. Yeah. Joe Rogan's icebox.
Rogan's icebox. No, I think he just has that in his house.
Yeah. His cryogenic chamber.
Yeah.
All right, question 3. What man survived an assassination attempt by John Schrank in Milwaukee in 1912? Alden.
Oh, the 1912 really threw me. Roosevelt?
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job, Alden.
I tried to just
When you
do
said-
some quick math there with
Well, when you said
Who were-
what man, I'm like, it's definitely not a president. That's going to throw us off.
I didn't know where he was shot, so I was about to throw Reagan out there, and then in 1912, I was like, whoops, no, not Reagan.
Question 4. What name was given to a 1944 plot of several German officials to overthrow the Nazi government after assassinating Adolf Hitler? A 2008 film of the same name starring Tom Cruise depicts Alden.
Valkyrie.
Yep.
I was going to say Operation Warp Speed, but...
Question 5.
The Inglorious Bastards Operation.
Bridge of Spies Operation.
What would-be assassin was reportedly seeking to impress Jodie Foster? He was found not guilty by reason of insanity and released from Alden.
Is this the DC sniper?
No.
Damn.
And released from psychiatric care in 2016. Jake.
It's John Lennon's killer.
No.
No!
Zach.
John Hinckley.
Yep.
Oh, the other John.
Wait, who is he trying to assassinate?
Reagan.
Reagan.
That was who? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense with the Jodie Foster, at least,
I got confused, yeah.
age range thing.
He's a touring musician now.
Who is?
John Hinckley.
No, he's freaking not.
He is.
No,
He won't talk.
Seriously? Is he part of Hickory Roots?
Oh, wait.
do we have
He
him?
can play the banjo. He goes on, or he's offered. I don't know if he's done it, but he's offered to go on podcasts. But he says he won't talk about the assassination attempt.
Well,
What else
what
could
is
you
there-
possibly want to talk to him about?
No one wants to talk to him about his musical work.
It's like,
That's
so have you
good.
ever done anything to impress a woman?
That's a good twist on it, yeah. Good angle there, Zach.
Question 6. What novelist of Midnight's Children and the Satanic Verses has been the target of multiple assassination attempts since Ayatollah Khomeini issued a proclamation calling for his death in 1989? Zach.
LaVey?
No.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
What novelist of the books Midnight's Children and the Satanic Verses has been... Zach.
Can I really go again?
I don't care.
Yeah, you can go again.
Is it Salman Rushdie?
Very good.
Nice.
Wow. Good
job. See,
God.
I did not know that, so
No, I would never have gotten that.
I was about to say Mark Twain.
The only reason I know Salman Rushdie is because of Seinfeld. They have him
That's-
in one episode.
That's literally, I was trying to think of, because that episode was in my mind.
Yeah.
Something triggered that. I was trying to think of his name through that, but I just had like the scene in my mind. Was that like when Elaine was talking about the War and Peace joke or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes, that was in my mind. It's so funny, but I still didn't know his name, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I could never remember that.
Good job, Zach.
All right. At the end of round 2, I've got Jake with 4 points, Alden with 6 points, Zach with 8 points.
4, 6, 8.
So anybody is
Or gang
game.
sign?
This is all rigged. This is dumb.
You're with the audience now.
I'm taking the audience's side.
The audience thinks it's rigged?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
I was at the LP Fulton meetup this a couple days ago, and Brian would not stop talking about how this is rigged.
Someone forgot to tell me it was rigged, so
Hey,
I have not been included in this.
in the future, at some point in time, it will be
Rigged.
far more. It will be far more equal for everybody involved.
How?
It's going to be
Oh, you mean for the audience? Like,
for the audience and us as well. You'll be answering
so I
on your
do
phone.
get the complaint of like the timing
Mhm.
lag thing, and for the audience, like that's a legit, complaint. But
It'll
that's
be
not
mul-
rigging it.
It'll be multiple choice, and it will be you're answering on your phone. So it will compile. You'll have 15 seconds. It'll compile all the answers, and then whoever.
It'll just score for everyone.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
We'll have to take this offline because I have a distaste for multiple choice trivia, but we can talk
Well,
about this later.
We're also replacing you with
can write
AI.
it in, probably.
So.
Oh no!
Your job is being replaced by AI, Zane. That's the deal.
We need some really cool like who. I was gonna say we need some really cool like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or Jeopardy music for when we're on our phones.
All right,
All right.
Zane, go ahead.
Round 3, Lost in Space. Question 1. Pictured here is an iconic scene from what 1902 film? In the film, astronauts reach the moon in a capsule fired out of a cannon. Once there, they are taken... Zach.
It's in French, so I'm definitely gonna get it wrong, but it's like La Lune or something.
I'll accept the title either in English or French.
Okay, then pass.
Once there, they are taken captive by aliens but manage to escape back to Earth.
I was hoping you just feel bad for my bad French and give it to me.
Dude, I literally studied this film
Isn't
in
La
college,
Lune just the moon?
and I can't remember what it's freaking called. This is
I
embarrassing.
drank a beer with this name and this like on the label, and I'm trying to think of that.
Zach.
I'm just gonna hope the Great Create was still in your mind and go Claire de Lune, because
No.
that's somebody's business name.
That is a good song, though.
It's a good song. I cannot remember the name of this dadgum movie.
I can't either. It's driving
That's
me crazy.
infuriating because we talked about how they did this whole effect back then. It's
Wires.
Wow, you really learned a lot in film school.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. The Grumpy says "Man in the Moon."
No, it's not Man in the Moon. This is
Obviously
a
a
trip to the moon, or in French, Le Voyage dans la Lune.
That's what I
La Lune
said.
was in it. Like,
Oh, that's embarrassing.
yeah, whatever.
Question 2. In event of moon disaster, a speech to be delivered by Richard Nixon in case Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became stranded on the moon was written by what journalist and speechwriter? Alden.
I'm going to say the only name I know from maybe this time, Walter Cronkite.
No.
See?
Jake.
Deep Throat.
Is that the Watergate guy?
Zach.
That's actually a good
Carl
guess.
Hess.
No.
That'd have been cool.
Jake.
Tucker Carlson.
No. No.
Tucker Carlson doesn't write speeches. Every speech he gives is extemporaneous, he says.
Jake.
Seymour Hersh.
Seymour
No.
Butts.
All right. This was William Sapphire.
Okay,
Never
See,
heard
I
of
don't
him.
know that.
I actually do know that name.
You do?
Wasn't
I'm impressed.
Seymour Hersh around back then though? Isn't he like 90 years old?
I have no idea. I don't know who either of these people. I don't know the name of apparently journalists. So
Great.
yeah,
That's perfect. I'm looking
Question 3.
at how old Seymour. He's 87. He was born in 1937, so he definitely could have been.
wow, yeah.
Question 3. Pictured here is a thermal blanket, Alden.
I started to raise a hand and then I thought I skipped the camera there, but damn it, it's like the Watchtower, the Knight's Tower, or some shit. I don't know.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Zach.
perfect. Yeah.
The Black Knight satellite.
No.
Darn
Say the question, Zane, so I can.
Yeah, we never heard it. Yeah.
Was that what you were thinking, Alden?
Yeah, maybe that was what I was thinking. I thought my hand was out of the camera, but it apparently did this.
Yeah, it did. And just so you know, I get to answer this question first, so y'all shut your
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
That's fair.
Go for it.
Pictured here is a thermal blanket that became lost in orbit and thus became a piece of what kind of object? Jake.
Space debris.
Yep.
I was gonna say junk,
Also
but
known
yeah,
as
same
space
thing.
junk.
Is that the
Damn
picture
it.
though that Alden and I were probably thinking of, where people think it was like
I
a
thought it was
known
that
origin
picture.
satellite?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure we
Right.
have a picture of that. We certainly don't have a picture of it that's this crisp.
That
I'm pretty
big,
sure
yeah.
that's the picture that people use
I
to say
think
that's
some
the
people
Black
might
Knight
be
satellite.
wrongly using it because I recognized it as that. Yeah.
And then was it Tesla says he got some transmission from space, and people are like, it was that satellite. And I think that's actually in the background. That wasn't what they were trying to take a picture of, but that was in the background of something they were taking a picture of.
It's that one. It's that I'm looking at. There are a million pictures that call that the Black Knight satellite.
Black Knight is the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's actually a blanket.
Perfect.
As you.
Space penis.
Space penis. Yes.
It's an unfortunate space penis right there.
Pointy
All right,
for
going
her
in.
pleasure.
Going into the last question, I've got Alden with 6, Jake with 7, and Zach with 8. So whoever gets this question
6,
wins.
7, 8.
Let's go.
In the film The Martian, Matt Damon's character survives on Mars by figuring out how to grow what food? I think that was Alden.
Yeah, potatoes out of poop.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
That is some BS right
No,
there.
it's human S.
I'm gonna click Jake wins right now.
No, I'm gonna
click it. I'm gonna click it. I just want to click it.
I just want Jake to go back and rewatch this and learn just for a fact that he was slower.
That is infuriating. So annoyed, man. I'm so freaking annoyed.
I still think about the time that I lost to Zane when the answer to the name of a group of llamas was a herd. And it's the thing I joked about and guessed every other time.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know where you were going with the. I've watched that movie like 10 times. It's one of those that I just turn on in the background.
Yeah, I did not jump in early because I knew the movie well.
Yeah.
And I was really listening for.
Dude, it's a fun movie.
I've had to learn to phrase my questions so that it's hard to predict what the answer is going to
Ever
be
since
right at the
Mark
start.
Twain Gate,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a really fun movie. Like the book is amazing. The movie is really entertaining and fun.
I downloaded the audiobook for the Martian.
Dude, it's so good.
And the new book by the same author. Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I haven't read
he's
it yet.
a great author. That was his first book, The Martian.
That's a good start, yeah.
It's a great start. Dude, I listened to the audiobook. The same day I finished it, I restarted it because I thought it was that good.
Nice, yeah. It's like there's a few things that I've loved that much to like go just like back into the theater, watch the movie again the next day kind of thing or something like The Dark Knight when that came out. I watched like 3 times in theaters. Like.
Yes, absolutely. All right, y'all. This is gonna be a little bit shorter show. We're gonna combine waxing philosophical and audience antics. So audience, if y'all have any questions, thoughts, concerns, if you want to just rag on Alden for cheating at trivia, please do. I welcome that. Grumpy says, in case you wanted to know, I'm in the tub naked. So everybody, you can picture a naked gnome in the tub.
That is some devoted fan base that is still watching this in the tub.
Makes me so happy. I doubt there's many other shows that their audience will continue watching while just lounging in the tub.
I came upstairs. Yeah, and still commenting. I took a shower after digging trenches all day, and my feet hurt so bad I had to sit down in the shower because I was an idiot, and it was raining all day, so I put on my Crocs. But like stomping a shovel with Crocs is really painful. There's nothing there to the Crocs. Like you should wear boots. I did Crocs for the whole time. I'm an idiot.
You should definitely wear boots.
Hurt so bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a reason why people wear boots to dig.
Well, I'm just going to introduce this real quick. We can chat about this during the Waxing Philosophical. InfoWars. A judge orders auction of Alex Jones's InfoWars to pay for legal damages to Sandy Hook families.
This is still going on.
It will be sold off to the highest bidder and liquidated. And then Elon Musk parody account says, I have the opportunity to do the funniest possible thing. Should I?
What, buy it and give it back to him? Or that would be amazing.
That would be the world's funniest thing. I mean, I don't really care that much for Alex Jones, but that would be hilarious.
I care about the principles that are involved.
Yeah.
And he is kind of like the poster child scapegoat.
The audience
Absolutely,
started
yeah.
ragging. They started ragging on you at my behest. So good. Thank you. Was
audience. Was it your behest, or was it my volunteering that I used Crocs to dig 30 yards of trench? Like,
well,
we don't know.
It's up in the air. We'll never know.
It's potato, you know.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, Alden. Like, I hate that he was just crucified for what he did. Like,
yeah,
especially when he legit apologized and said he was wrong and came back later and was like, yeah, I was completely in the wrong. And he didn't issue, like, he didn't try to get people to go attack these families. He didn't like send them threats or anything like that. He just said
not
what
that
he
I have seen.
not that I've seen, unless somebody has.
I feel like if there was something more egregious that he said, we'd have seen it. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like the clips that we've seen, like, by people that are attacking him, they tried to dig up the worst parts. And if I haven't seen it presented in those examples, then I don't think that it probably exists.
And it's like, regardless of how horrible what he said was, unless it's like it literally calling for actual violence.
Yeah.
Wait, you convinced me that you said something that was so offensive that now you have to pay somebody $1 billion.
$100 million. Yeah, no, really. Like, I don't understand why it's okay for, like, just in this case, it's just like a politics game of like, what side are you on? And they're like setting the standard for like things you can and can't say. And
yeah.
He's just, I don't know, the fall guy or whatever for this, like the example, but
yep.
It's like the entire legal theory that allowed a judgment like that to be, enacted is a complete joke. Like, how can you hurt my feelings $1 billion worse? Well, if you can say, why not $1 trillion worse?
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously some room for like estimating an amount of damage when you can't exactly put a dollar amount on it. But I mean, come on. We've just completely left the realm of anything that could be considered an attempt to a reasonable attempt at quantifying this.
Yeah. Like, that amount of money could run the government for 1 second. Too much. But I hate this term that's come up because of, I mean, I'm sure it existed, but it's been popularized because of Alex Jones. They're saying stochastic terrorism, where it's like, well, he didn't do anything, but he said stuff that might encourage somebody else to go take action.
That
really just
so
seems
vague,
like,
and that could be anything.
Yeah.
But like,
it's a Trojan horse for free speech, where it's like, if you label that free speech is fine, you have free speech, except for when it's stochastic terrorism.
Except for
you
if
just call
somebody
whatever
interprets it in a way that is harmful or whatever, and it's like, no, that's on them, not on the speaker.
It's like the same as hate speech. It's like, oh, free speech is fine, but not hate speech. Then you just call whatever you want to hate speech.
But then who defines what is right? Hate speech. Yeah.
You're only allowed to talk if it has no influence on any other person whatsoever, which means that we're probably okay.
I'm seeing this for the first time. I'm just going to pull it up. Chase Oliver put out an almost good video. It's almost good.
Almost good. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. One, the entire camera is crooked. It's lopsided. Two,
I'm looking at now the couch line.
Just
when you have something, you have to like square that. Otherwise, like, yeah,
tighten your tie, man. Just tighten your tie.
that's the loosest Windsor I've ever seen.
Don't put the zipper side of the pillow facing out. Like,
all right, now we're getting.
No. This should look how good the lighting
No,
is actually good.
understand.
The camera's good. The lighting is good. Why not get it perfect before
No, I
you
understand.
put this out?
Jake, I appreciate your attention to detail. These are the kinds of things that like I'll do with like logo design and stuff.
You
not
wouldn't.
Zippers,
I'm
but-
just saying you would not see Donald Trump make an ad like
No.
this or Kamala Harris
No.
make. Like, you would not see anybody from either of the two major parties make an ad that did any of the stuff that I just pointed out. But let's hear what he has to say,
no, I
because
hear
what
you.
he has to say is actually decent.
Throughout
Okay.
history, vulnerable populations
Why
are
is that
left
not
more.
playing? Can y'all hear it?
I can
Yeah,
hear
I
it.
can hear it.
You can hear it? Why
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
I hear it?
Mhm.
Hang on.
Well, it's not important that you hear it if you've already heard it. So
Is something blurred on his chest?
yeah,
The microphone. It's
why
his
is
mic.
it blurred?
I don't know. Just let
Is
it
in the
be.
shape of a dick, or
It's the road. It's the Rode microphones that we use when we're.
I guess
So
they're
it's
trying to
blurring the
cover up this
brand,
symbol.
or-
Yeah.
Why do
Well,
we?
but
Why do we do
still-
that? Why do we have?
All they
Hashtag no
had to do-
free ads.
All they had to do was flip it backwards and
Into
stick
the
it
jacket?
under his lapel.
Yeah,
Put a sticker on it.
It's so easy.
It could also look bad.
yeah. Put a sticker of a different brand, just like a
Just put a
Dole
Chase Oliver
Fruit
sticker
Cup
on it.
Sticker on it. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Throughout history, vulnerable populations are left more vulnerable when they're disarmed. It's one of the reasons why I support the Second Amendment, because I want people to be able to protect themselves, their family, and their community if harm is attempted being done to them. I'm somebody who has always felt more comfortable knowing that I can protect myself, free from government interference. And when it comes to firearms, I'm going to be a supporter of the Second Amendment all day long. Throughout history, vulnerable
I take it back. That's a terrible ad. I hate it.
The message is fine.
The message is fine if you don't fall asleep. Like,
right.
he has like the most energy of like any candidate that was on the stage.
Yeah,
Where
you
is
would
the
think-
freaking energy here?
Is he trying to like come down and be like quote unquote like professional or something? I don't know, because I feel like that's
Well,
one of the things, the characteristics that kind of makes him him.
I don't think he would have ever thought he was unprofessional and needed to do that.
That's
But-
very true.
I don't know. I think that's just the energy he has for gun rights. Like, I don't think he's against it. I also just don't think it's his thing.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Maybe you don't want to come off too bombastic if you're like, I love God, and like just like really just too.
Yeah,
You wouldn't wanna
otherwise
get
you have to
attention.
pay, otherwise you have to pay some random people $1 billion.
Yeah, see.
Oh, that was a terrible one. Okay. We're just gonna go to our drunkard of the week.
I am not fucking drunk.
Long 19th or blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up.
On Wiedersehen, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
All right.
The drunk right now part just makes me laugh every single time.
Yeah, the drunk right now is fantastic.
That's also a good movie, by the way.
It is a good movie. All right, so not friend of the show, but friend of the party, Jeremy Kaufman, who is not my favorite human, but he does make some pretty funny political ads. Was visited by the FBI last week, and here's him recording them as they approach his house.
Hey, how can I help you? Yeah. There we go. Can you give your full name, please? Is that sufficient to identify as only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI? Could you please state your full name, sir? No. It's First Amendment right. What's your name, sir? Absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back inside my house.
That's so good.
I don't really want to broadcast my.
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not gonna.
So you can show me your name or ID. You can walk away.
We just want to
I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
I mean, isn't that like the law?
It's definitely a legitimate request.
Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full name, or I'm not going to talk to you.
For you not to broadcast.
This will be going online as soon as you walk away.
All I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made. And if you
Well,
happen to be the one who made
I want to talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what, low 100K? You guys making six figures? Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like you're familiar with. So then why would you come?
Because we wanted to make sure that there weren't any.
No, you're coming because you're part of a regime that does this kind of thing when you know laws aren't being broken, and that's an embarrassment, man. Didn't you guys read the Constitution? Do you not believe in America? Like, how do you do your jobs and go home?
We appreciate it.
You're walking away because nothing we did is against the law, and you guys are fuckheads that try to act like bullies. And I hope you go home and are embarrassed. You can't even say your name on camera because you know that what you're doing is embarrassing. You know Americans that believe in the Constitution think you're laughable. You go home and you think about what you did today. Go home and think about it, you cowards. Drive away.
Go home and think about.
Drive
what
away.
you've done.
You're not welcome. You should be embarrassed. Embarrassing. You guys are embarrassing.
Oh man, you're not welcome.
I mean, that's
Oh,
fair.
I hope he stays alive for longer than this week.
Yeah.
So he is our drunkard of the week. That is Jeremy Kaufman. Like I said, he posts some things that I'm not the biggest fan of, but his handling of FBI agents who refuse to identify themselves,
I mean,
is
that's
spot
awesome.
on. It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, love that. So he's our drunkard of the week, and yeah,
Clearly of the hero variety.
he is a hero in that moment for sure. Yeah, very happy with that. Yeah. All right. Anybody else got anything?
I mean, I hope the feds don't ever come to my house.
If they do, I'm going to treat them the exact same way. I will
But
actually
now I have
I'll live stream it. I won't even record it and then live stream it. I'm just
I
going to
think
go
that's a
live.
smarter idea.
on
Yeah,
Instagram.
it'll be an episode of Liberty Libation.
Do you want to join us for trivia?
No, I'll just start asking them questions. I'm not even going to like say they're involved in trivia. They're just going to start being involved in trivia. It's going to be great.
Do like trivia on like wrongful arrests and things. And
There we go.
Yeah.
We go.
Did he ever say what the post was about that they came over?
It was about a Kamala Harris, like, wasn't it like wishing she died or something like that?
It's something like if somebody murdered Kamala Harris, I remember you used that word, then they would be an American hero.
Oh, I think I heard about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I just worry for him. I hope because like I know like Ian Freeman used to do kind of stuff like this too, and civil disobedience and mouthing off to the cops and the feds, and they eventually got him, and he's in prison now. And they got him for bull crap that wasn't even true. There was falsehoods entered into evidence in court, and just and they went. And I'm afraid they'll go after Jeremy too. I don't want to see that, but
they will go after Jeremy. Like it's only a matter of time. That dude has no filter on the internet, like none.
Yeah, he's braver than me. He says some things that not only like I don't know. I wouldn't say, and it's not from a First Amendment standpoint kind of thing. It's not from a I'm scared to say it. It's just like it's not even my style to say certain things. Yeah. And
but he has every right to say it and have the cops not come to his house.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. But and I guess they know it too if they just like walk away with their tail between their legs, like just because they won't even say their name. Like
I mean, like how stupid is that? You come there to ask him questions about a tweet. Not because you have evidence that he's done anything else wrong. It's because you want to make sure that he hasn't done anything illegal. What the crap is that?
Well, he said investigating. Jeremy said, like, you're investigating. They were both like, oh, no, we're not investigating. We're just here to talk to you. I'm like, oh, you just wanted to come chat with the great Jeremy Kaufman. Like,
I think
nothing behind that.
Like, find something incriminating? Are they trying to scare him? Are they trying to, like, what's the goal? Like, why are they there? I don't even know.
All of it.
Yeah, he's not going to be scared, though. He won't be intimidated.
And that's the thing. If they know him at all, then I don't feel like that would work. So
if they've been in his area for a while, they know who he is, and they know that won't work.
Well,
yeah, exactly. But then why go? Like, sorry, go ahead.
Because it has to work on 99% of people. Like, if you say something stupid online and the FBI shows up at your house, 99% of the time, everybody's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm in trouble because I've said a lot of stupid things on this
show.
So. Today alone.
Yeah, it's a wild one. And yeah, Hannah, Alden won trivia, barely. He cheated. Zane cheated. It was all rigged. I'm with the audience now. I think everything's rigged. It's all fake news. It's terrible.
I have a genetic advantage. I'm just faster than Jake. So.
Oh, brother. Yeah, y'all. Like I said, it's good. Yes, Hannah, rigged.
We talked about that.
Y'all, we said at the beginning this is going to be a shorter episode. We've got 2 more episodes the next 2 days. They will likely be in the early afternoon, maybe around noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Hannah says, ask Alden how it feels to finally win something this week.
I'm not used to it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, she stomped me into the ground in our fantasy matchup last week. It was ugly.
Yeah, it's okay. I scored the least number of points maybe in the history
that I've ever seen. That was, what was it, like 43 points by the end of the week?
6 of my starters are on the injured reserve. I'm not going to be at full strength till week 6.
You have an unbelievable amount of injuries.
But you know what's funny? I'm not even worried because I make incredible runs second half of every season, and I get to the playoffs every year.
You just really love to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Grumpy says, jump on his only gnomes. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out.
Is that he's sitting in the tub naked with a toaster about to end it all.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
No, Grumpy. Don't end it all.
And on that terrible disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. All right, y'all. Seriously, if you are in the state of Georgia, Alabama, Florida, anywhere near Columbus, go on down or head on over to Omaha, Georgia, Omaha Brewing this weekend. Tomorrow and Saturday, there's going to be fantastic workshops. We're going to be hanging out. Me, Zane, Zach, Steven might even be there for a minute. Unsure at this moment, but it's going to be a good time. It was a great time last year. We're going to be hanging out from about noon till probably 11 or midnight. It's just gonna be really fun, and you can learn a lot. You can look. The best way to fight a tyrannical government is to become self-sufficient and not reliant on them.
Ask them their names,
or to ask them their names and send them away with their tail tucked between their legs. Exactly. No, the more self-sufficient you can become, the better off you will be in the future. Zach, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I just said I heard that Zane's going to lead a cryptid hunt in the park afterwards.
Yes.
What?
I cannot wait for a Zane cryptid scavenger hunt. I don't know what it is.
It's going to be really quick and efficient. We're going to go out there, observe that there are no cryptids, and then come back.
Oh, okay. This makes more sense now.
Yeah, that's so good. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Grumpy says tub pics uploaded. Hang on. I got to go see if he actually uploaded anything.
Yeah, it's at tubgirl.com.
Tubgirl.com. I wish he would do it to his Twitter.
That's one of those shock sites. I've never seen it. Luckily, I've never seen that or Lemon Party or any of those. I've seen some shocking crap, but luckily nobody's ever got me with that. All
right, y'all. Yeah. Go over to peacefulc.network to check out our other shows. Our Cascade Effect is premiering October 1st. It is going to be a very good episode. I've been working on it all week, and yeah, it's going to be a good show. So go over there, subscribe to that show. We're going to be launching the Dollar Media Club next week, so make sure you go check that out. Become a member if possible. You'll get access to the Discord. You'll get access to all of our bonus episodes for all of our shows, documentaries, all sorts of stuff. peacefulc.network. Go check it out.
You get our tub picks in the Discord.
You get all of Grumpy's tub picks in the Discord.
We've got an entire channel devoted to it.
Exactly. All right, let's go watch some funny videos and then call it a night. Here we go.
Too late to explore.
I hate that it starts.
Instagram's the worst.
Yeah.
You were born too late to explore the Earth and too soon to explore the galaxy. So the only purpose of you being alive right now is committing tax fraud and tax evasion.
I did not know where that was going, and I love it.
I know. It was very surprising to me, too. I thought it was going to be very insightful, and then it just
Jake,
took a hilarious turn.
Yeah, the music in the background. Do you know what this reminds me of? Is that scene from Arrested Development where Buster wants to be a cartographer, and he's like, hasn't everything already been discovered? Like,
yeah, it's so good.
Oh, man.
That show's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, second one. This is for fantasy footballers only.
Yeah.
You are in luck. There's a town about 3 miles that way. I'm sure you'll find a right there.
That's how I feel, because I literally have both of these tight ends in our league, Alden.
You do?
I have Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews, and they've combined for a total of like 12 points this season.
I've got Sam Laporta, and I'm regretting him as my keeper so far. Now he's hurt. Like, what the hell? Anyway.
Dude, football this year is insane.
But Cole Kmet could be a thing.
Maybe. Everyone's getting
Honestly,
injured. It's pretty dumb.
This is the weirdest year of fantasy I think I've ever experienced.
I hate it.
It makes me hate life, yeah. It was supposed to be my escape, my happy place.
No, it's infuriating this year. All right, 2 more.
Problem, bro.
Vote Democrat sign right above the damn shop.
I love this.
And that one right there is still available. So, should we do something?
Excuse me. Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
I mean, that is freaking genius.
Good troll.
You should not leave the adjacent sign available. You are asking for trouble if you do this. Like, that is on them.
That is completely on them. They completely overlooked that. Like, so dumb.
Did I send this to you guys, or did I see it and not send it? Because I saw it the other night.
Oh, you saw it the other night? I saved it the other night. Yeah. I don't know if you sent it to me or not.
But... It killed me, man.
Oh, so good. And then final one for the evening.
All right, let's go, boys.
Go deep bit. Here we go.
Hey, stop here.
I like girls. Swear to God.
Those are cool.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Chicks. Come on. Join us.
All right, let's go.
The Tahine room, man.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, y'all.
Good rim job.
Yep, exactly, Alden. That. You took the words right out of my mouth, Alden. I was totally going to say that.
Can't tell if you're kidding or not.
I'm totally kidding. That would not be something I would ever say on air. Only Alden would say that, and maybe Nick. Yeah.
You think?
I think Nick would say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in the same boat there.
All I know is that cost me at least $50 million of emotional damage.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this week. Episode number 94. Next week, episode 95. The next 2 days are bonus episodes. They will not be numbered because one's just going to be pretty much pure trivia with some audience interaction stuff, and one is going to be just a bunch of interviews of live from the Great Create. So if you can, tune in. Otherwise, you can watch the recording later on and learn about what people are there teaching folks through the workshops and everything. So it's tomorrow and Saturday should be fantastic. If you're not at the Great Create, you can learn a little bit about what's going on if while we're there. So anything else to promote, talk about? Alden, you want to talk about flooding for a little bit?
I can talk about how much I left Florida to get away from hurricanes, and now I live in the northernmost part, Nagnapee, of Georgia, and there's a hurricane coming from my house, and I'm very frustrated.
The hurricane's not going to make it to you. It's going to be bright and sunny tomorrow, man. Yeah, it will be. Just look at the map. You can see exactly where the storm's going, and it ain't going towards us. So you should be okay.
You're right, honestly.
Oh, I'm fairly certain I'm right. It's what always happens. This happens every single dadgum time. For the last 7 years of me living in Georgia, they say we're all going to die. The power's going to go out. Everything's going to flood. And then it turns into a beautiful day.
I worry about my house in particular because it's flooded before. Like, it's not situated well. Yeah.
That's fair.
But
that's fair. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure to tune into the Cascade Effect coming out on October 1st. Wrexham Texan on Sundays at 12 p.m. and the Free Georgia podcast at some point in the future. I'm way behind on the Free Georgia podcast, so apologies for that.
Apparently Georgia is not free.
It's just I've got a lot going on, so apologies for that. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Brother.
Oh, Banished Big Brother. Out. Yes, please go check out Banished Big Brother.
We've already mentioned it like 4 times, but got to get
every Monday at 11, right? 11 is when the
11:30.
11:30 video goes live. And when do you release the audio version of that? Is it the same time?
It's just earlier in the morning usually.
That's right.
You guys do
it's all on the
videos
same
too?
day. Yep.
Oh, I've always just been listening to them on like iTunes or whatever.
It's intended to be an audio podcast. The video is literally just me.
Okay,
and
because I didn't
I'm
feel like
reading
I was
stuff
missing
and
much.
No, you're not.
Like it felt designed to be
It
audio.
is,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, because I didn't even know there was a video option.
Heck yeah.
I'm behind a few episodes. I got to catch up.
So yeah, it comes out every Monday, and almost at noon, 11:30 is when the video comes out. So check that out. Fantastic podcast. It's got some real, I mean, I don't know if this is a plus or minus for people, but for me, it's a plus. It's got some real NPR vibe.
The NPR vibe. Yeah.
Which
I brought that up, and Elizabeth did
love
not
it.
believe it. She's like, "What? Who said that?"
Like probably anyone honestly would say. I think it gives some real NPR. Yeah.
Look, there's a reason NPR is like extremely popular. Like people like, I like that tone. I used to listen to NPR and like
I used to listen to it all the time.
For your
Radio
thoughts.
Lab and like all the thoughts for your thoughts.
What's his name? Filling in for so and so.
I can't remember his name.
I don't know the names, but
Yeah.
the thoughts for your thoughts thing on Parks and Rec is fantastic.
So good. So yeah, go check out Banished Big Brother. You'll learn a whole lot about stuff that you probably had no idea was happening behind the scenes of the technology that you use every single day. It's wild stuff. So
The
go
things
check
they're
it
putting
out.
in the spoons these days.
The spoons, it's wild. They're spying on you. All right, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow sometime around 1 p.m.